Do you ever just hang out in the garage and stare at your vehicle and contemplate what upgrades you want to do or don't want to do? What you love about the vehicle and what you don't? Well, I admittedly have sat right here with a cup of coffee thinking those very same things more times than I can count. So today I thought I'd share with you what's going on in my head about this Jeep Wrangler, bring you up to speed on everything that I've done, talk about some of the things I'm actually planning on not doing, and some of the things I've got in store. Got a lot to talk about today. It's hard to believe that it's already been 4 months since I brought this Jeep Wrangler 392 home, and I absolutely love driving this Jeep, both on-road and off-road. And I've had some awesome trail adventures. We've gone camping in this thing already, and if you've missed those adventure videos, I will leave links down below at the end of this video. Go check those out. You don't want to miss those. But I've been getting a lot of questions about some of the upgrades that I've done, why I did them, and some upgrades that I haven't yet done, and am I going to do them? And so I thought today, grab a cup of coffee, hang out with you in the garage, and try to answer some of those questions and just share with you my thoughts going forward. And we'll start with right here on the hood, which is naked. There is no Rubicon sticker there because I removed it. And typically what I will do is I'll put a TrailRecon logo there, but I don't know. With the taller, more aggressive hood of the Jeep Wrangler 392, I like the clean naked look. So after sitting here and staring at it in the garage for many hours thinking about it, I think I'm gonna leave it just like that. All right, let's start on the front, talk about a few things, and we'll just work our way through the Jeep. So in the front, I am still running the stock steel bumper that came with the Jeep. And I like the look of this bumper. In fact, when I had the Gladiator, this is the only bumper I ever ran. However, I am considering maybe doing something a little different, a little more stylish, but I don't want some big, heavy steel bumper. I'll probably look at some aluminum options, but still thinking about that. I haven't made a final decision on that. Interestingly though, I was doing some adjustments here with my winch. I have the Warn Evo 10,000 pound winch, and it wasn't working. And I've never had that happen with a Warn winch. And so I did a little troubleshooting and couldn't figure out what was going on. When I would plug it in, the controller would light up, but nothing would happen. And so I actually called tech support, and those guys walked me through all kinds of troubleshooting stuff. And come to find out, they think there's something wrong with the module, so they are sending me one out. So hopefully it gets here pretty quick because I'm getting ready to leave for a week-long trip here in just a few days. So I need a winch to run that. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to come up with some other options. But that's what's going on with the Warn winch right now. It's a great winch, but you know, sometimes things happen. I'm not mad about it. Up front, I have some Casey Flex Era 4s. Normally, I like running a round off-road light just because it looks good as a style thing, but these lights are so crazy bright, even with the amber covers, and that's why I'm not running any other lights right now. These lights just get it done, and so I like the look of them, but man, the performance of these lights is amazing. Otherwise, pretty simple up here. Under the hood, well, it's a bone stock V8, 470 horsepower and 470 pound-feet of torque, so I'm not messing with that. It's pretty good to go. But I did install a GMRS antenna over here on the side of the hood, and we'll talk more about the radio when we get inside the Jeep. Otherwise, everything up here is pretty simple. No steering upgrades yet. That may be something I will do in the future just to give us a little bit of strength, but I did add some differential covers to there just to give me a little more protection if we end up hitting some rocks. But otherwise, the axles for right now are bone stock. Okay, let's hop over and talk wheels, tires, suspension, and a few more goodies over there. Now, when I ordered this Jeep, I ordered it with the Extreme Recon package. And with that package, you get some really nice goodies. You get some 35-inch tires, you get some beadlock capable wheels, you get a taller lift kit, you get a 456 gears, you get these little extended fender flares here to accommodate the wider tires, and I think you either love these or you hate them. They're okay, I don't mind them. They are a little bit of a pain if you want to remove those. Plus, in the rear, you get a reinforced tire carrier, which is very nice. However, I have taken those 35-inch tires and the wheels that came on this, and I put those on Regina's Jeep, and now I am running some 37-inch BFG mud terrains wrapped around some bronze Method 701 wheels, which I love the look of these. However, these tires will not fit on the stock suspension. So I did add a 3/4 inch coil spacer to accommodate for that extra clearance that I needed and a little bit of extra bump stop. So at full flex, I'm not ripping these fenders off. Now the question is, am I going to upgrade this suspension? And I think the answer is yes, but I'm in no hurry. I remember the very first time I drove the 392, everybody was excited about the horsepower and the acceleration, but I remember commenting very specifically that, wow, the suspension on this Jeep is really good. So as you know, it was not too long ago that I was out here, not too far from this trail right here, testing 6 different aftermarket Jeep Wrangler suspensions. And so I got a really good feel about how things perform on this trail. And this 392 suspension is completely different than the standard Rubicon suspension. Before I give my opinion, what are your thoughts on it?
Well, they definitely did a different tune to it, and it soaks everything. You put it, whatever you put it, it's gonna perform.
Yeah, so the key thing for me is ride comfort on road. Check. I think it got that. It drove great on road. Going through some of these open, wide, sandy spots, I mean, we've got on it pretty good. This 392 just hauls through there, but I'll tell you that it just soaks it up. I mean, I can tell inside it's stable. Like I can feel the suspension just soaking it up. And then on these rocks, I don't feel jarred at all. We're hitting the bump stops just rarely.
Yeah,
rarely.
It feels solid.
Yeah, I mean, right now we're going through a pretty rocky section, and I'm confident to just keep on going. I mean, I could just push it, and I think it's fine. I think they've done a really good job with tuning this. You got the Fox shocks, and then the front coils, they were saying, are from the Gladiator Mojave to handle the weight. And then the rear coils are the same coils that are on the Jeep Wrangler 4xe, the hybrid. Yeah. So it's definitely not your standard Rubicon tuned suspension. That being said, I probably will upgrade maybe a 3.5 inch suspension lift just so we get a little more clearance. I don't plan on replacing the fenders. I like the look of the stock fenders, but who knows, if I bang them up on a trail, that may change. Shifting over to this side, a couple things here. So you will notice that this is not the stock rock slider. I actually upgraded to the Mopar Performance rock slider. This thing is really nice. First of all, it's bolt-on. It takes less than 15 minutes to put both of these on because all the bolts fit into the standard locations. But I like these. They are a little thicker, they stick out a little bit more, and they have a nice texture on them, so you can actually stand on this to get up on top if you need to. Now underneath, I have not done any upgrades to the skid plates, but that is a definite must. I will be adding some aluminum skid plates going forward, and I think I will probably add some rock lights here in the near future. I think having those just at camp, just to have the ground illuminated at camp is a huge bonus. But then when we're out on the rocks at night, it's nice to turn those on. One thing to mention, and here's something I've been getting asked a lot, and is that am I gonna put a roof rack up there and a rooftop tent? Right now, my plan is not to do that. I had a roof rack on the diesel and I really liked it. It allows you a lot of versatility to mount stuff up there, plus some lights and a rooftop tent. But we have the trailer, and the trailer when Regina and I are out is perfect. And when it's just me out solo, well, I don't need a rooftop tent up there. I'm happy just bringing a ground tent and just sleeping on the ground. And I don't want all that extra weight up there if I don't need it. The Jeep Wrangler 392 only has an 850-pound weight capacity, which is not very much. And so if I throw, a 50 or 60-pound roof rack up there and then a 150-pound rooftop tent, well, I'm gonna eat up that cargo weight capacity pretty quick. So right now, no plans for a roof rack or a rooftop tent. However, when I was at Overland Expo recently, I did have my eye on an Ursa Minor. And if you didn't see that video, I'll leave a link down below. You can go check out what Ursa Minor is all about. All right, let's move to the back. Now in the back of the Jeep, we've got to start with my very favorite thing back here, and that is the MagnaFlow exhaust. Listen to this beautiful note. Yeah, come on, that just sounds so good. And not only does it sound good, but the style of that exhaust just looks so much better than the stock one. I gotta say, the stock 392 exhaust just wasn't very aesthetically pleasing. This one looks great, and I know I will probably scratch it up on a trail or two, but you know what? Until then, it looks awesome and it sounds great, and it adds some performance gains. I had an opportunity to go to MagnaFlow. They are actually about 15 minutes from my house. I went there, they did the install, they gave me a tour of their shop. It's an awesome place, and I love supporting not only American-made companies, but local companies, and they fit the bill for both. So I love having that exhaust on there. It sounds so good. Now, I do have the stock bumper, and you get these little plastic ends back here, so I think definitely we will do an upgrade on the bumper. Again, I will probably go with aluminum. I did mention the tire carrier is upgraded, and that is part of the 392 kit. Now, one thing to mention, not having a roof rack, I am trying to figure out where I can mount some amber lights back here. Having amber lights is very important for us here in Southern California, or pretty much anybody that lives in a dusty area when you're out on the trail in groups. Sometimes those amber lights are all you can see, and so you need to have them up high so the folks behind you have visibility on you. I don't know what I'm going to do. I may figure out something here, maybe on the hinges. I haven't sorted that out yet, but I do need to get some amber lights mounted up there. Also, I need to get some kind of LED strip in here. We've done a video before where we actually did a do-it-yourself strip. There's some you can buy. I may just put a KC Cyclone up here. Undecided on that, but I would like some light to come down here, so that's something that I will be upgrading as well. And inside, this is hand-me-downs. So this is hand-me-downs from my last Jeep. This is my goose gear setup, and I'm very happy with this setup. I've got plenty of drawer space. I've got the fridge slider with my old Dometic fridge in here. This has just been a great setup for me for a long time. I don't have a lot of things I want to change back here, but I would like to add some kind of battery station back here so I can charge GoPros and cameras and laptops, so something with an inverter. We'll figure that out coming soon, but I love this setup, and of course, I've talked about it many times in the past. I do have my tailgate table. This is a great upgrade for any Jeep Wrangler. All right, let's hop in the interior. There are a few small detail things in there I think you guys will find interesting. The inside of this Jeep has really become my home away from home. I gotta have everything dialed pretty nice because I spend so much time on the road and at camp in here, and so it's very important for me to keep it pretty organized. Now, I did remove the rear seats in this Jeep, and again, when I did that the very first time in my other Jeep, I was very hesitant about it. I was like, I don't know about getting rid of these seats. And now I can't imagine putting them back in there. Having all that extra storage space is very, very nice. It really makes a huge difference. If you don't have kids or you don't have passengers that you're gonna throw in the back, getting rid of those seats is something you should consider. Okay. Let's start with what's underneath me. I have the Kraken air system. It's a pretty nice 4-tire inflation air system, and it works really, really well. People have asked me, why didn't I install that same Grim off-road system that I put in Regina's Jeep, and that is a great system. We really like that. Unfortunately, it doesn't work with the 392. That kit isn't designed for the engine bay. This works pretty well. I'm pretty happy with it. Up here on the dash, I have the 67 Designs rail. I've been using their stuff forever, but I think something that people are asking me a lot about is how did I mount my Garmin InReach on this grab bar here? And so what I have is a few different components. So this little ball here is from Carolina Metal Masters. It's the same ball that I use on the grab handle here. They make those little pieces that you need. And then I have a 67 Designs arm going from that ball to another ball and attached to the back of the Garmin InReach using some double-sided tape, and that works really well. Again, Garmin InReach is a very nice tool. It allows my wife to text me when I am out in very remote areas, and just gives her some peace of mind. Plus there's some SOS features. If you don't have something like that, or also a personal locator beacon, I highly recommend you carrying something like that. Over here I have my Midland GMRS radio, which I have basically mounted right here to the center console. It works well. Some people don't like having that right there, but for me it works, and it doesn't bother Regina when she's sitting here. It's a good spot for it. It has easy access to the microphone, which again I have on a Carolina Metal Masters mount with 67 Designs, and then all these radios right here are on a little 3D printed mount that is from Jeep Unique. So I've kind of had to piece together things from different manufacturers to make them work. Up here are the hot headliners, and these are from Hot Headliners. These are great. I had the Mopar headliners in my old Jeep, and they're a little thin, and these are very solid. They've got insulation. They really do a good job of keeping the noise down, but also keeping that radiating heat coming in, and it allows you to put your patches on there, which I really like. So hopefully we'll be getting some more state patches up there here pretty quick. I'm pretty happy with the interior. Again, not cluttered, but I've got everything in a good spot. It's within easy reach, and it's not blocking my visibility. It's not in anybody's way. So I think this is dialed pretty well. I don't think I'll be doing a whole lot else in the interior. One other thing that I have been trying to sort out, and something I've been giving a lot of thought to, is what I want to do for a power system inside the Jeep. Right now, I am just using a portable power battery bank, which works well. It's got everything I need in it. It's easy to charge when I'm driving, and we can attach it to solar. I just haven't decided if I want to do something that's more permanent. If I do something that's more permanent, I don't want a big old wired battery and management system. I want something that's sleek and compact and kind of tucked away. So again, I'm still going over that right now. I think the portable battery solution is going to work for me for the interim, but I am still thinking about that. I'd be curious to know what you think. What do you think I should do? Should I do a full-on battery system build out here, or should I just keep it portable? Last thing I want to mention is check this guy out. Some of you may have seen this sitting over there on the workbench. I just got this in yesterday. This is not for the 392. This is a completely refurbished gauge cluster for the 1974 Cherokee. I'm excited to get this in there, and a few other things I've got going in very soon. And then we are this close. I know a lot of you have been asking, we're this close to taking the 74 Cherokee out on the trails and having some great classic adventures. I cannot wait, guys. This is going in soon. I hope you've enjoyed hanging out with me. Please go check out those other adventure videos with the 392 if you haven't already, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.